Hi guys, it's Bob from Greybeard Models. Welcome back to the channel. Um, Came up with this mad idea. Um, you've probably all seen the announcements from Airfix this year's models, and one in particular was the Stalwart, which was a six-wheeled military vehicle, um, which is really quite strange because they're developing six-wheel vehicles and eight-wheel vehicles and all that sort of thing all the time. But this was one of the first of its sort of generation, I think. Came out in the late 60s, early 70s, and I've got a couple on order because I really like the vehicle. But I was having a chat with my brother Pete over at Pete's Model Car Customs, and he reminded me that back in the day, in early 70s, um, I either started the project or built a 1/76 scale Stalwart, and I scratch built it. And the reason I scratch built it was because it was in a magazine, which is over Grab's magazine. Ta-da! This is Airfix magazine. This used to come out all the time. I know Airfix bring out a magazine now, but this was the almost like the Bible of the time. This is pre-internet, all that sort of carry on. Um, November 1973, and there's actually an article in here by Dick Steeds, where he provides plans to scratch build a 1/76 scale Stalwart. Now, the brother said to me, "Why don't you build another one?" So, I do like a challenge. So it was decided um, by the two of us that would be an idea. That would be a really neat idea. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and go through all of this stuff, and we'll have a go at scratch building a Stalwart. But the idea sort of got in my head about actually that's an interesting thing. I bet there's a few of you guys out there that have got copies of old Airfix magazines, and there's articles in there out of scratch built things. I remember there was an article out of a modified Dakota kit, DC3 or DC whatever, all sorts of different things. And they tell you how to actually modify the whole kit so that it's a different mark or a different type or something like that. There was lots of those articles, and they were really good, very inspiring for a young lad, a young modeler. But anyway, I'll put a link down below to my brother's channel. Check him out because he does some really good scratch building stuff. He's into model cars and he does scratch building stuff for that. But yeah, check out his channel, and we'll get over to the bench and we'll have a look. Well, for those of you that are too young, or maybe haven't seen this magazine before, I have to be careful with this because obviously this magazine's, best part of 50-year-old. The Airfix magazine was great for its time. Loads of articles about all sorts of different things, model soldiers, model kits, adverts, how to do modifications, all sorts of stuff. Obviously, for its time, it was printed in black and white, so which is a shame. But you very often loads and loads of information. So dependent on what you were really interested in, there's loads of stuff there. I don't know what the target audience was, but certainly as a sort of teenager, this was a font of knowledge. So I hope I'm not breaching copyright by showing you this, but the article and the plans are there to build a Stalwart, and the article goes into the detail of what materials you'll need, what tools you'll need, all of that sort of thing. So as an up and coming modeler, it was an education. So first and foremost, what I'll do is I'll start getting together all the bits and pieces, and I'll show you what's needed, and the tools that are needed, and a few ideas, and I'll come back to you. Right, so Dick Steeds in his article gives you a list of bits and pieces that you'll need, and he says you need some 10 thou plastic card. I've got a piece there, that's more than enough, and 20 thou plastic card, and that's all used to build the basic construction. He also goes on and recommends getting some 10 thou and 20 thou acetate sheet. I've got a bag here, a Ziploc bag full of offcuts of acetate sheet. Get it from packaging and stuff, you know, so you can, you know, use it to like recycle. So I've got a whole stack of that there. He also recommends getting an empty ballpoint pen tube. That's used to create the axle guides. But I'm going to be a bit posh, and I've got a piece set here of rod and tube from Evergreen, and that'll provide me with the axles and the axle guides and all sorts of things like that. So that's that part of things. It goes on to make a point of using Mech Pack. I know it's still around, but obviously we've got adhesives, so we've got modern sort of Tamiya adhesives, so I'm going to use those. He recommends a pin vise. If you haven't seen one, that's a pin vise, and a set of drills. My trusty old set of drills that I've had for ages and ages, probably as long as I've had these magazines. Pairs of tweezers for picking up small parts. Obviously we've got those in the box. One of the things he recommends is getting a craft knife. From back in the day, that was probably the only thing that you could find, but obviously we've got the sturdy sort of Swan and Morton scalpel there that we'll use. Body putty. We've got a selection of body putties. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick dig in the drawer. I've got some perfect plastic putty to use. That'll be useful for, you know, doing filling in stuff. And also he recommends, what else was it? Oh yeah, because obviously you've got to find the wheels, and we're dealing in 1/76 scale, and I actually managed to pick up from one of the online auction sites this tank transporter kit. It's incomplete. The guy who was selling it saying it's incomplete, but it's got all the wheels, and essentially it's the wheels you want. So we can rob out the wheels from this kit, and other bits and pieces. There's, you know, sort of winches and whatnot. So we'll have a look through those bits and pieces. We'll rob that out and use the wheels as well. So given that, and given all the drawings, I think we can pretty much have a go at making this. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to scan and print a copy of the diagram. The reason that I'm going to do that is because I don't want to mess up the magazine. It's falling apart as it is, but I don't want to mess that up. So if I have you know, a copy of this that I can write on and make notes about and all that sort of thing. Oh, the other thing that he mentions is Slater's planking. On the side of the Stalwart, the side panels were sort of corrugated. I haven't got any of that, so it's unusual. I'm going to have to find some of that or create some. So we'll go on with that, but that's what we need. So I think the next thing to do is start cutting the parts and maybe making some sub-assemblies. So hang on there a bit and I'll come back to you. Well, one of the things that I noticed he didn't mention in the article, and I left out, was steel rule. I would suggest if you haven't got a little steel rule like this, get a hold of one. Loads out there. Very, very useful. This acts as two things. One, you can use it to measure clearly, and the other, because it's a steel rule, when you're cutting with your knife, your scalpel, you can use that as a guide, and that will obviously help you. And of course, if you're a youngster out there and you're doing this, be careful with blades. The blade is best kept sharp. A blunt blade is dangerous, and we'll sort of make a start on cutting the parts. So now I've got a copy of the plans from the magazine. I suppose the next stage is to start cutting out the pieces and getting ahead with the construction. So I'll go and do that, and I'll come back to you probably in a day or so with an update. So thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like what you've seen. See you later. Bye for now.